Salutations, friends and strangers of the interwebs. Welcome back to the channel, Stevie Wonder Woman, where I just so happen to be said Stevie. So I just filmed the unboxing and first impressions of the Arcane Design Necronaut V2. And as I mentioned and showed, I ordered some replacement pivot collars to replace the red ones that it came with. Red is a fine color, but it's just not really my jam on a knife. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And while I'm at it, I have a bag of bearings here. I'm going to guess that this is a 5mm. And I want to try to see if I can smooth things out a little bit. So I will drop in some Skiff rocket glides while I'm at it. So let's get into it, shall we? So I don't think I pointed this out in the video, but there are minimal screws on this. You have one pivot screw and then two body screws. One that happens to be holding in the pocket clip there. So I'm gonna go out on a limb and guess that these are T8. Yes, they are. So yeah, looks like we got to take the pivot off there. Set that aside. Get that pivot collar off of there. Then back out these screws. Set that off to the side. And if my hunch is right, yep, since the pocket clip screws weren't showing, and those are the only screws there, had to be it, right? So let's get that off of there, and that should allow me to now pop off the scale, which it does. You can see some nice a nice relief pocket that's been milled in there for some weight reduction. Do I need some better light in here? Let me see if this does anything. Bear with me, folks. How's that? That's a little bit better. Alright, so you can see the relief pocket there that's been milled out. You can also see, so I'm going to take the blade off here. You can also see two big pockets that have been milled out of there for additional weight relief. So, let me just do the bearing check. Nah, let's not get ahead of myself there. Okay, so got to pop off the pivot in order to get to that pivot collar. Let that pop off there. Aha! There we go. Oil behind there, so this actually should go pretty quick. Oh, I didn't notice that also. On the underside of the backspacer, you have Arcane Design, a little hidden logo. Okay, so let's get these replacement pivot collars out of there. Got a little bit of jazz rocking in the background, some Dave Brubeck. Save those for later. All right, now give everything a little wipe down, and maybe I will lube this stuff up as well. Why don't we do that? So I need to put, well, okay, pivot. All right, it is D-shaped. Why is it D-shaped? Is that okay? There we go. Nope, not yet, Steve. You gotta put it in. Okay, now I'm getting off the rails here. So pivot back in there like so. Okay. Put these two pins for the backspacer in. I'm always going to struggle when it comes to this type of stuff on camera. And I do hope that the lighting is okay on this. Okay. Back in business. Back in business. Okay. I'm going to put a little dab of KPL right there. And time for the bearing check. So these are 5mm Rocket Glide rings from Skiff's workshop. Don't know that it really, look, they can always benefit from putting skiffs in, right? A little bit of that pivot rigidity there. Help smooth things out a little bit. So no blade play. So doesn't matter which side we put those in. There, make sure that that pivot is all the way down. Now I can put just a little dab around there, dab around there. That allows me to put that back on. Put that bearing on there. Make sure that that pivot is seated all the way. I got my finger held on there. But before I do that, I'm actually going to put some KPL heavy. Little dab will do ya. Little dab will do ya into the detent ball hole. And then what the smell of it. I'll put just a little smear. I was just talking to, that's a little too much. To John, the homie John over at Knife Nerd Reviews. I think I need to get some nano oil. I think that I wanted to make that my next purchase. So I need to move that pivot back, the D-shaped pivot back. I think that's it. Yes, sir, it is. Oh, the pivot pep. Okay, what just happened? All right. But yeah, I think I've tried Gunny Glide. I've tried Knife Pivot Lube. I've tried a couple of things as far as lubrication goes. And I think I want to try some nano oil. John swears by it, and did I not put the stop pin in? No, the stop pin's in. Okay. If the knife nerd himself, John, swears by it, it's good enough for me, man. That guy is a legit nerd when it comes to knives. Hence the name Knife Nerd Reviews of his awesome channel. Definitely check that out. But if he swears by it, that's good enough for me. Okay, pivot is flush now. I can now... Oh, by the way, did slice myself earlier in the earlier video. Being a dummy, tried to do a little shave with the show how sharp the blade was, and I ended up slicing myself. So, lesson learned, you idiot. Okay. I did notice that these screws weren't very snug at all when I was popping these out. So we'll see how that goes. All right, I'm going to put the top. What happened to my tunes? There they go. Put the top screw in there. Not snug it down completely yet. All right, now this goes back into that pocket there. I like that there are no visible pocket clip screws. I always dig that when they do that. This is a nice design from Arcane Design with the way these minimal body screws there. All right, there she be. Let's check. Definitely that needs to be snugged down more. All right, so before I snug everything down, let's check centering. Centering looks good. Little blade place, I'm gonna snug that up just a hair. Let's check the action. Ooh. All right, it's feeling good. It's not quite drop shut, but it doesn't need to be. I think it'll wear in with time. Gotta give it a little bit of time to wear in. Right, that's part of the fun of it. The action is great. I'm totally good with that action. Not drop shut, but I think it will smooth out. So, what do you guys think? There they are with the black pivot collars as opposed to the red. So, yeah, I am digging it. Digging it quite a bit. All right. Well, there we go, folks. The Necronaut V2 from Arcane Design that now has black PVD pivot collars and 5mm skiff bearings. You know, for being a thumb stud, I don't use the thumb that often, but the or the flipper. I'm always going for the finger flick. But the flipper tab, again, the detent isn't great with the flipper. It's good. It's not great. But for the flick, with using the studs, whether you're thumb flicking it or finger flicking it, I'd say it's perfect. It's just a little, I can definitely fail it. Well, I'm sure I can fail this. Maybe not. Okay, yeah. You have to try to fail it, but it's a little on the weaker side. Definitely fine, though. As is right now, I'd say that this is dialed in great. I'm going to give it a few days before I Loctite it. Give that. One thing about it being PVD is it definitely is a fingerprint magnet. You know, in all honesty, I am second guessing myself just a little bit for not ordering the stone washed handles. I think maybe I should have done that. Fantastic the way it is, but I think having the stone washed titanium handles with the stone washed blade with the black accents would have looked dope. I'm thinking about hitting up Israel at Arcane Design and see if maybe he doesn't have stone washed or satin or stone washed video cut out for some reason. Sorry about that. But as I was saying, I might hit up Israel at Arcane Design and see if I might be able to get a stone-washed clip and perhaps stone-washed hardware for it. I think that would make it look even more awesome, but we shall see. Well, there we have it, folks. That is all. Thank you for tuning in. Hope you like it. Let me know what you think. And until we meet again on the next video, deuces.